My name is April Latore. I'm a 3L here at McGeorge School of Law. I currently serve on the executive board for PLSS, and I am the immediate past vice president for PLSS.
My name is Ilana Shoykit. I'm a 3L at McGeorge.
My name is Alec Coker, and I'm a second-year day student at McGeorge.
My name's Elizabeth Griswold, and I'm a third-year student here at McGeorge.
My name is Angela Fuentes, and I am a 3L here at McGeorge.
My name is Kirsten Weber. I am a 2L day student at McGeorge, and I am the co-vice president of PLSS.
I joined PLSS in a really funny time where all of our law school was virtual, but I was looking for community, and I knew that I wanted to go into public interest law in some type of way, and so the easiest thing to do was just joining PLSS to find people who were like-minded.
I joined PLSS because I've always been interested in working in the public sector, and that organization was a way to meet other students who had the same career goals as me.
I joined PLSS because I wanted to do something with public service, most likely with the government, and PLSS seemed like a great organization to be involved with first year, plus the grant was another incentive to join as well.
I basically came to law school because I knew I wanted to do public legal services of some variety, and Public Legal Services Society seemed like a great place to get more involved in that.
I joined PLSS as a 1L because I felt like the mission of the organization really resonated with me and the whole reason I wanted to go to law school. I wanted to use this privilege of achieving a higher education to give back to my community and be a resource for others. And I felt like PLSS already provided opportunities for students to do that through community service events. And it was also a way to meet other students who were working towards the same goal as me.
I joined PLSS because I am a huge fan of advocacy and public service. I wanted to work in the public service sector, so I figured this was the right fit.
Last summer, I worked in Honolulu at the Hawaii Office of the Public Defender. At the office, I assisted primarily with the appeals division. I wrote a couple of writs for certiorari for the Supreme Court and also assisted the felony unit as well.
I worked at the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals for the Office of Staff Attorneys in San Francisco. So I was one of the judicial externs. We worked to help Office of Staff Attorneys, so we didn't have a specific judge we were working for the whole court. And primarily each month we would research and prepare some cases to present for oral panels that were once a month.
Last summer, I was with the Department of Water Resources and their legal counsel's office. I got to work on a variety of projects and got a good introduction for how working at a department goes.
I worked at the Sacramento Public Defender's Office. I worked in the Felony Trials Division, and so I did a lot of motion writing, different research for the attorneys. I got to argue a couple motions in court and just learned a lot about the whole prospect of criminal defense for indigent clients.
I was at the Sacramento County Public Defender's Office. I was able to represent clients in court on the record every day, negotiate with the district attorney's office, and a lot of client interviews and really connecting with the community and advocating for what I thought was fair outcomes for them.
I worked last summer at the Humboldt County Superior Court's District Attorney's Office. I worked at the District Attorney's Office by observing trial proceedings and preliminary proceedings. I worked on dismissals of misdemeanor cases, and I spent a lot of time actually reading jail mail of different people who were facing convictions.
The PLSS Summer Grant helped me so much. I don't have any personal connections in Honolulu, and so I had to move there and find a place to live and also figure out how to feed myself and pay bills, and the grant helped with all of those things. I'm extremely grateful to have received the grant.
The summer grant helped me because otherwise I wouldn't have been getting any compensation for my work over the summer, so it was a nice way to have some sort of funds so that I can enjoy my summer while working in the public sector.
The summer grant was helpful in a number of ways. Obviously, money is something we all need, but it was something that allowed me to be able to take an unpaid position and not have to worry about rent or groceries and be able to just focus on my job. So that was a nice stress reliever to have.
It was a big boost for me and my family. I'm married and I have 3 kids. So I'm a second career, or maybe even third career, as a law student. And so the idea of taking off from my previous work to go to school and not have any income hasn't been easy on my family. So even though I wasn't paid, of course, in my internship last summer, to be able to get a little bit of money coming in was a big help.
Well, I live in Yolo County, and so the summer grant was super helpful in allowing me to pay for gas to commute and pay for food and caffeine. And it was also helpful because I was able to buy court-appropriate attire since I was going to be speaking on the record in court every day.
The summer grant helped me be able to afford doing the position I had. I was all the way up in Humboldt County, which is about a 6-hour drive from where we are right now in Sacramento, California. To be able to afford the housing and the gas to go there and back to the courthouse and to live up in Humboldt County was only doable through the grant that I was given last summer.
This grant is extremely important. It's really easy to come into this profession and immediately go into something that will have a financial gain, such as private law, but public interest law is extremely important and we need it for our society. So providing this grant gives an easier way for students to access these kinds of internships, primarily during the summer where people are not being paid. And so I was able to immediately pursue my passion.
I'd like to say to the donors that this grant is extremely helpful for students to make sure that if public sectors where they want to work, that they can do that without having financial problems come up, because otherwise they wouldn't be getting paid for their hard summer work.
To the donors who funded this program, I just want to say thank you. It was a huge help for me, and I would just encourage you to continue to donate to the grant. It is so helpful in ways that I think unless you are in the position of getting the grant, it can be hard to understand how meaningful it is. So thank you, and I hope you continue to support it.
To the donors, thank you. I know I'm grateful, my family is grateful, and so many other students who I've talked to about the program. It's very helpful for those of us who come to law school and want to pursue careers that we feel are going to better the world. Unfortunately, those don't always pay as much, and our internships aren't paid. So to be able to make that conscious choice and to be able to get a little bit of financial help in the midst of it is a real benefit.
I would just like to genuinely say thank you for contributing to this fund. I know that a lot of students would not be able to partake in these non-paid positions without grants such as the PLSS that help pay for basic necessities. And I know me personally, it did take a big weight off my shoulders because I was able to focus on working full-time at the public defender's office, really focusing on these practical lawyering skills and making connections with the community without having to worry about working a second job to help pay for these basic necessities.
I'm going to say thank you to the donors for giving me the ability to afford an internship in an area that is really difficult to be able to attain and afford normally, and give me the opportunity to have my foot in that legal community and field.